In June 2025, Ukraine faced over 5,000 Russian missile and drone strikes, signaling a dire escalation in the conflict. Despite Russia's intense offensive, Ukrainian recruitment numbers have remained steady, revealing resilience amidst chaos. Without additional Patriot systems, Ukraine risks losing critical air defense capabilities, exposing cities to devastating missile attacks. Ukraine has begun deploying experimental hypersonic interceptors capable of neutralizing Russian Iskander-M missiles mid-flight. Yet, the full impact of Ukraine's new hypersonic interceptors on Russia's aerial threat remains to be seen. In July 2025, President Trump pledged 10 Patriot missiles to Ukraine during talks with President Zelensky in Rome. In contrast to the Obama administration, which focused on diplomatic solutions, Trump's approach involves direct military aid to Ukraine. Unlike Germany, which hesitated initially, the U.S. committed to immediate delivery of Patriot systems. The PAC-3 MSE missiles can engage multiple targets simultaneously, enhancing defense capabilities. They are also equipped with advanced algorithms to counteract electronic jamming, ensuring reliable performance in complex environments. The U.S. aims to enhance Ukraine's defense capabilities by integrating advanced technology and strategic support, reinforcing control over the aerial battlespace. In July, Russian drone and missile strikes targeted Ukrainian recruitment centers in Kryvyi Rih, Poltava, Kharkiv, Zaporizhzhia, and Kremenchuk. Russia used Shahed-type kamikaze drones for targeted strikes. These drones are now produced domestically in Russia. They geolocate targets using Russian-aligned telegram buys. Ukrainian offices have dispersed teams and suspended operations. Ukraine is digitalizing conscription and relocating offices underground. New centers feature reinforced bunkers and shelters. Digital platforms protect mobilization data. Social support and enlistment services are now separated. Civilian casualties increase, disrupting daily life. Recruitment delays weaken military readiness. Panic spreads, lowering morale. Unlike Ukraine, which is digitalizing conscription, Russia focuses on physical attacks. Ukrainian recruitment adapts with underground offices, while Russia relies on drone strikes. Russia's drone strikes have inadvertently accelerated Ukraine's digital transformation of conscription. Underground offices now feature advanced data protection systems, enhancing security and resilience. Ukraine's resilience in recruitment efforts persists despite ongoing targeted attacks. Kharkiv, June 2025, faced intense airstrikes, with emergency crews responding amid ongoing attacks. Kharkiv's air defenses intercepted 21 missiles in one salvo, minimizing casualties. FPV drones directly target ambulances and fire trucks, endangering rescue workers. Thermal drones assist firefighters in locating heat pockets in collapsed structures. International aid provides rescue airbags, fiber ropes, and hydraulic tools to local crews. Increased airstrikes lead to more civilian casualties and injuries. Repeated attacks damage infrastructure, hindering rescue efforts. Delayed warnings increase risk of harm to civilians. Unlike Kiev, Kharkiv faces more frequent missile and drone attacks, with 142 airstrikes in June 2025 alone. While Kiev's defenses intercept a higher percentage of threats, Kharkiv's systems struggle with decoys and high-altitude trajectories. Kharkiv's metro stations double as emergency shelters, offering refuge during airstrikes. Despite attacks, the city maintains a stable population, showcasing resilience. Thermal drones assist in locating heat pockets, aiding rescue efforts. Kharkiv remains resilient, continuously rebuilding amid relentless attacks and destruction. In 2024, Ukraine escalated cross-border attacks into Russia's Belgorod and Kursk regions, targeting military infrastructure. Ukrainian forces use long-range drones and missiles to target Russian regions. They strike fuel depots, command centers, and railways. Over 322 drones have entered Russian airspace, with 157 intercepted and 135 jammed. Ukraine hit Borysoglebsk airbase, damaging bombs and jets. Drones targeted a Shahed warhead factory 500 kilometers inside Russia. Armored vehicles breached Russian villages, engaging troops. A missile strike in February 2024 flattened a shopping center in Belgorod. Ukraine occupied routes into Kursk, holding settlements. Storm Shadow and Atacms missiles destroyed a command facility in Kursk. FPV drones downed a Russian helicopter mid-flight. Belgorod faced over 100 drone and missile attempts. Ukraine intercepted 14 Toshka-U missiles in one night. Decoy drones jammed Russian radars. Satellite images show damaged depots. Operations disrupt Russian zones and degrade threats. Strikes forced airport closures in Kursk and Moscow. Kremlin confirms 120 drones downed overnight. Incursions aim to keep Russian forces off balance, preempting offensives. Civilian casualties increase, damaging infrastructure and causing fear. Disrupted supply chains affect daily life. Ukraine's cross-border strikes contrast with Russia's focus on eastern Ukraine. Kyiv targets infrastructure. Russia targets cities. Ukraine's drones have targeted Russian radar systems, revealing vulnerabilities. This tactic disrupts Russian defenses. Ukraine's cross-border operations aim to disrupt Russian military logistics and maintain pressure on Russian forces. The EU and US are coordinating sanctions against Russia to weaken its war efforts, focusing on financial and energy sectors. The EU plans to ban transactions with 22 Russian banks, cutting financial ties. A floating price cap on Russian oil will adjust with market changes, potentially lowering the price to $45 per barrel. New sanctions will block maritime trade, insurance, and reinsurance for oil shipments over the cap. Transactions with Nord Stream pipelines will be prohibited to isolate Russia's energy infrastructure. The EU seeks legal authority for early termination of Russian gas contracts. A ban on refined petroleum imports processed outside Russia aims to close evasion loopholes. Nearly 189 tankers in Russia's shadow fleet face bans, with asset freezes and travel bans on 350 ships. Sanctions will limit services for oil and gas, including shipping, insurance, and finance. Technology exports like semiconductors will be restricted to hinder military production. Reduced oil tax revenue weakens Russia's economy. Energy supply concerns risk economic instability in Europe. Unlike previous sanctions, this package targets 22 additional banks, intensifying financial pressure on Russia. The EU's sanctions package includes a novel approach, targeting Russia's shadow fleet. These vessels operate covertly, often turning off tracking systems to evade detection. This tactic aims to disrupt illicit oil transport and cut off a crucial revenue stream. The EU's comprehensive sanctions strategy aims to systematically weaken Russia's war capabilities while ensuring member states' energy security. President Trump committed to delivering 10 Patriot interceptor missiles to Ukraine, enhancing its defense capabilities. This decision exposed the critical shortage of defense assets Ukraine faced amid escalating Russian attacks. However, the effectiveness of these systems remains uncertain against advanced Russian missile technology. As Ukraine braces for ongoing conflict, the image of M985 HIMT trucks reloading Patriot systems in the field underscores the urgency of resupply.